Hello folks and welcome to something a little bit different on the channel today. You might have already seen this knocking around on the Steam Workshop, but we're going to have a little look at the Lollujo Legends Football Manager 18 database that a whole bunch of you guys have put together. So before we get started, big thanks to James Hankin, Matt Quine, Callum Paxton, Callum Young and Gerald Vellar, because between the 5 of them they've put this database together. And basically what they've done is they've, tying it into the Hall of Fame video that we did months ago now, assembled a squad of the best players who've ever featured in any of the series that I've put on this channel from FM16, 17 and 18, put them all together in one squad and then gone back through the old videos to find the stats of those players at their prime. So we've got the best version of each one of those players in this squad, and they've then put this squad into the Premier League. So we can have a little look at who made the cut in the squad. So these are according to you guys on the voting that we did before and who our best players are, plus with a little bit of creative license thrown in for some recently emerged heroes. This is the squad. So let's meet them. We've got Igor as one of our goalkeepers, who of course was a veteran of our Tottenham team from non-league to legend last year. Donnarumma is the 27-year-old version from Manchester City that we had back on FM16. We were at Man City, I think. Vladislav Lazarov, still, I maintain, still the best regen we ever had. I don't remember him being 5'1", but obviously he was. Absolute hero that is Vladislav Lazarov, the 21-year-old version that had just come in for big money. I don't know what they've done about the histories of these players now. They've just created them. That probably makes sense. But he came in for big money, was a superstar. That's the vintage of Lazarov that got the 40-plus assists in a season. Ron Osborne, who came into Manchester City from Everton, as part of the same save that Lazarov was in. Jan Zeman was our captain, I think, when we were with Ipswich in FM16. 16 maybe, came up with us through the Championship and into the Premier League. Lewis Aribi was part of our Tottenham team last year, I think, as a defender. Lewis Bradford, possibly one of the most significant players that we've had in the history of Football Manager, although he's a midfielder, not a defender. What's all this? Lewis Bradford was a midfield player. You silly, you little rascals, silly bears. But I mean, he can play there. We'll play him in midfield, obviously. But Lewis Bradford was the guy who was at Exeter just before I became Exeter manager. They sold him on for big money to Newcastle, and we used that money to build the Exeter team that got that year's non-league to legend up and running. And then we teamed up with him again at Manchester City. He was already there when we got there, plus part of my England team as well. Sir Tom Elliott from this year's Back in the Borough, the hero that is Sir Tom. Rob Tamelty, that's not Rob Tamelty's name, it's Rob Tamelty. That's how Rob Tamelty is spelt. So this is Rob Tamelty, who is famous purely for all the yellow cards that he used to get. Got booked pretty much every game. Umar and Di from our Tottenham team last year, as was Ribeiro. Aaron Cool has featured in many of our teams over the years, both of the Ipswich teams on FM 16 and 17. Plus, he was part of Deeping Rangers when we did the Deeping Rangers Twitch streams. Wagner. I don't know why it's saying his preferred position is left wing, because he's not. He's a centre. I mean, he's natural central midfield as well. I don't remember him ever playing out wide. He never had the opportunity to. But Wagner was with us at Tottenham and then joined up with us again at, I want to say, Atletico Madrid. It could have been Bayern Munich. Lasse Vigen Christensen was part of the Ipswich team in that first year. Oscar was with us at Tottenham and then again at Atletico last year. Igor Anicic was with us with Tottenham and Bayern Munich last year. Gilberto was from Man City the year before. James Burgess we had at Tottenham last year. Signed him as a striker, converted him to a midfielder. He became our England captain as well later on in that save. Thierry Ambrose. We all know about Thierry Ambrose, the hero of Ipswich on FM16. It's going to be fun to have Thierry Ambrose back around the place. Liam Wells, the greatest homegrown player we've ever had in Football Manager, came through our own Tottenham youth team and went on to become England's all-time record goal scorer. Ruben Iribarren was his strike partner at Tottenham and the best player in the world multiple years running. And then we had the two Ipswich strikers. I don't know why Arendt's only a two-star player. That can't be right. Christian Arendt should be better than a two-star player. But Christian Arendt, we had him for Ipswich in FM16, sold him, used the money to sign Modou Fall, and then the following year bought Arendt back and had the two of them for about 5 years, and that was a strike partnership and a half. Obviously, preferred system is the 4-3-1-2. And we can't pick any players because they're all on holiday at the moment. But talking of holidays, I think that's going to be my plan for this save. If you want to see me do a proper series with this save, let me know down in the comments. It could be something that we do a little mini series on. But for now, I'm going to holiday for a year and just get an idea of how this particular squad of players would get on if they were dropped in the Premier League in their current form. Here we go then, we've moved a year into the future. First of all, my manager that was holidaying with them, he got sacked. That's interesting. At what point did he get sacked? Okay, that wasn't something that I was expecting. Got sacked in December. Wow. Okay. So you appointed Ron Osborne as captain and Lewis Bradford as vice captain. I can get on board with that. But sacked shortly after getting knocked out of the Carabao Cup, because we all know the Carabao Cup is the most important cup competition in the UK. So Rafa Benitez has now become manager of Lollujo Legends. Miss Lollujo took over as caretaker manager for a little while. And she'll appreciate only being 28 as well. She'll 28 and got 13 days as manager of Lollujo Legends. She's having a whale of a time. Rafa Benitez won the second most important trophy in world football, winning the FA Cup later on in the season. But how did Lollujo Legends get on? So if we go to have a look at last season, eighth place is a pretty poor finish, to be honest. Can we have a look at the schedule for last year to have a look to see what kind of form the team were in? So plenty of goals for Ruben Iribarren early on. How did your season go, Ruben? Ruben Iribarren, wow. So he started well, but his season took an absolute nosedive. Ruben Iribarren, his worst ever goal return, 11 goals from 38 appearances. That's really poor from Ruben Iribarren. James Burgess scoring a few goals early on as well. Still as a striker, not completed his conversion to playing at the back yet. But again, only 6 goals from James Burgess over the course of the season. Wagner weighing in with a goal there. Liam Wells starts to emerge as the season goes on by the looks of it. Liam Wells, 10 goals from 35 appearances. I forgot Modou Fall and Christian Arendt were there as well. Goodness me, how'd you pick strike? To be fair, how do we go all these games not scoring any goals at all when we've got Modou Fall, Christian Arendt, Ruben Iribarren, Liam Wells, James Burgess? This is insane. But we really did. Thierry Ambrose played some Premier League football for us. 3 goals from 7 appearances. That's the best goals per game return that we've seen from anybody so far. And then as the season has progressed, Oscar weighing in with a few as well. So hold on, how did Oscar do? 9 from 33, so he's not done too badly at all. No sign of a goal all season from Christian Arendt, though. If we have a little look at the club records, we should get a better idea of who's performed and who hasn't. So Ruben Iribarren is our all-time record goal scorer on 15 goals. Lewis Bradford playing every game because he's Lewis Bradford. And obviously he's going to play every game because he's a hero. That's just poor from Iribarren, 11 goals. Gilberto even. What did we ever call him? Gilbert. In fact, didn't he become Gilbert? I can't remember now. It was so long ago. But he got the highest average rating of anybody. So presumably keeping Oscar out of the team for a lot of the season. Unless we were playing with 2 attacking midfielders. Goodness me. We resorted to signing Johnny Evans. Who... I guess West Brom were renamed Lollujo Legends to start the thing because he rejoined the team he was apparently already at. So it looks like it was West Brom who were renamed to build this database. James Burgess, the only player to score a hat-trick. Donnarumma looks like he was our goalkeeper for the season ahead of Igor. I'm not having that. Everyone knows Igor is a super-duper keeper. And actually, where's Kevin Thompson in this team? Hold on. Where on earth is Kevin Thompson? You're telling me we've got a Lollujo Legends team and Kevin Thompson's not part of it? I call shenanigans. Need to be adding him. I need to learn how to do these database things myself so I can add him in. that Kevin Thompson should absolutely be in there and recorded as the best goalkeeper in the history of the world. We've also signed Kieran Tierney as well, it seems, and sold Christian Arendt to Brentford. I mean, let's have a look at what transfers were done. Oh no, Kevin Thompson was here, but he was sold. I mean, that's where it's all gone wrong. Rafa Benitez, you are an idiot, sir. Kevin Thompson has gone to Huddersfield. Still English at this point, not become Jamaican yet, but I'm not allowing that. That's ridiculous. Thompson and Arendt both sold for an absolute pittance, replaced with Kieran Tierney and some fella I've never heard of. Well, it was all going so well until Rafa Benitez came in and spoilt it. I'm a little disappointed with an 8th place finish. I would like to think all those players at their absolute prime, with me managing them, I think we'd have won the league. Because a lot of them are from our dominant teams with Tottenham and with Manchester City. Yeah, we've got people like Sir Tom Elliott, who is a non-league player. He's obviously not going to be any good in this team, with transfer listed mode who fall as well. I mean, Rafa Benitez has got a lot to answer for because he's made some terrible mistakes. How many assists did Lazarov get? No, not having it. What a load of nonsense. The game has ruined the Lollujo Legends. I'm very sad. I'll leave a link down to this database down in the description so you can have a go on it as well. Let me know how you get on. Hopefully you can get some better performances out of some of these players than me leaving it on a holiday mode for a year has done. And again, if you want to see me actually play through a proper season or do it on stream or something, just let me know down in the comments. And if there's enough interest and enough excitement around that, I'm sure it's something that we can sort out. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.